Hey, let me ask you a question. Imagine that you were single. Maybe you are single, but odds most of the people that are watching this are married. But imagine that you are single and you are invited to go out on a blind date, which you finally agree to, and you go out on the blind date, and the person that you're with, you're having a really nice time. You've had drinks, you've had your appetizers, and the main course comes, and all of a sudden the other person leans over to you and says, "Will you marry me?" Hey, this is Steve Miller, better known as Kelly's dad and marketing gunslinger. And I got to tell you, this has come up with a couple of other of my clients recently. Most recently, last week, I was in Washington, D.C., and I was working with a trade association out there. But it also came up in an email conversation I had with one of my corporate clients this week. And that is, imagine that you are sending information in your marketing campaigns, whether it be through direct mail, through emails, through texts, I don't know, through telephone or at trade shows or something like that. And all you do is ask them for the order. And it seems like most of the companies that I come in contact with, most of the organizations, when I see their marketing communications go out. So like an email, for example, I'll get an email from a company and it will tell me, oh, here's our newest product. I open it up and I look inside and it says, and the email subject says, or the body says, here's our new product. It's great. It's yellow. It's brand new. It's spiffy. Click here to order. And, or I'll get a direct mail piece, and it'll be a catalog of products from a company. And they will say, our order line is open 24/7, and you can order online, and you can do this, stuff like that. So what are companies doing when they do that? Well, they're going on a blind date with me because, for the most part, I have no relationship with them, and they're asking me to marry them right away. See, that's not how business works. That's not how business works. And in fact, for most of us, we know intuitively that when we are doing, like, say, face-to-face marketing with prospects and really, really highly qualified leads, we know that it takes a number of communications, a number of contacts for us to ultimately close the deal. And yet we go and we break that rule when we go out and use marketing tools other than face-to-face. And we really need to pay attention to this. And I call it next step marketing. And, this will happen when I'll be working with a client and they'll say, okay, we're going to do a direct mail campaign. I'll say, fine, we'll do a direct mail campaign. And then they'll say, okay, great, we can put in there that they can order here, or they can register for a trade show here. And I go, well, do they know you? Do you have a relationship with them? And they go, well, maybe not. I say, well, if you don't have a relationship with them, then you've got to date them first. You got to go out a few times first before you can get to that point where you can ask them to marry you, before you can ask for the order. Next step marketing. So when you're doing marketing, when you're sending out emails, for example, think about the subject lines as being, what is the next step? Well, when you send an email out, the next step is that they have to open the email. So you better put something in the subject line that makes them want to open the email. And then when they do open the email and they read the email message that you've sent to them, what do you want to happen next? And don't try to jump 5 or 6 steps and ask them to marry you right away. No, go for the very next step. What could that next step be? Could it be something like you're going to offer them a small incentive? You've got a white paper, you've got a webinar, you've got something that you can send to them, a checklist or something you can send to them that will get them to just simply say, yeah, okay, I want to hear some more from you. And that's the next step. When you do the same thing for trade shows, for example, companies go to trade shows and they will market themselves ahead of time and they will say, hey, we're going to be at the trade show and here are all the products we're going to be showing, and let me tell you about all these great products. Well, you know what? All you want them to do is come to your booth. That's what you want. And so what can you do to get that qualified prospect to come to your booth? That's the next step. Same thing in direct mail campaigns. What's the next step in the relationship building process. Listen, I'll tell you what, if you practice next step marketing, I guarantee you're going to make a lot more friends. In other words, a lot more prospects and leads are going to raise their hands and say, yeah, I'm interested in talking with you more. Okay, versus the ones that just go, hey, I don't even know these people, click delete, trash, never talk to you guys again. So practice next step marketing. Ask yourself every single time, what is the next step in the relationship building process? And that's your close for that step. Hey, this is Steve Miller, better known as Kelly's dad. Thanks for watching. If you thought this was helpful, do me a favor, leave a comment, share it with your friends, share it on all the social media sites. What the heck? Share it with everybody. And I will see you next time. And until then, always remember, be uncopyable.